Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi have one of the most luxurious and envied property portfolios on the planet, worth up to $600 million. The couple count musicians Adam Levine and Ariana Grande as clients and are also the proud owners of their very own ranch. Very Yellowstone. Today, we're looking at the pair's property portfolio down the years, so don't go anywhere. First up, we're talking about Adam Levine's Beverly Hills mansion. Back in 2019, the real estate queens purchased Levine's Tudor-esque home for a whopping $45 million, adding it proudly to their sprawling property portfolio. The home was more than 10,000 square feet and, before Levine, had been owned by Max Muchenik, the brains behind Will and Grace. Levine bought the home for $33.9 million only a year before, which means he turned a profit of around $12 million in just 1 year. Not bad, right? Well, before you get too excited for him, he made around $7 million worth of upgrades to the property before Ellen and Portia swooped in. The home has a swath of celebrity owners too, with tennis legend Pete Sampras also calling the property home. Boasting 5 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms seems a tad on the unnecessary side. It sits up on a raised parcel of land behind a high security wall, as one might imagine. Spread across 3 floors, there are many common areas for friends and family to enjoy, and also has floor-to-ceiling doors which open out into a healthy-sized back garden. Marble is everywhere in this crib, and it also has a sunny family room, cozy sitting areas, and a couple of all-steel outfitted kitchens. Last year, they decided to sell up on the property and flogged it for a reported $66 million. This was a profit of more than $20 million, which is pretty insane for something they only owned for 2 years. Next up, we're talking their first ever investment property. In 2004, Ellen and Portia decided to dabble in the property market for the first time, and who could have predicted how successful a decision it could turn out to be? The mid-century home in the Hollywood Hills cost the couple a cool $1.275 million. It has been assumed by commentators in the property market that the pair soon realized how lucrative the market was. After selling up just 1 year after their initial investment to none other than the Joker himself, Heath Ledger, they made a profit of around $800,000 on the home, and it's said to have been the catalyst for one of the most impressive property portfolios today. As a side note, actor Josh Hutcherson has also owned the property. Crazy. We wonder why some properties are only really sold to and between celebrities. What's your explanation for this? We're discussing her Montecito properties next. Stay tuned. Very early on, Ellen and Portia bought into the swanky neighborhood of Montecito, close to Santa Barbara. This early purchase, a $15.7 million mansion, was bought in 2007 and also featured in one of Kim Kardashian's weddings, which was televised on the ETV network. The couple sold up in 2011 for $20 million, netting them a tidy $4.3 million profit. The posh neighborhood was also the scene of another purchase for the DeGeneres, who bought a $26.5 million estate back in 2013. The home was designed and built in the 1930s, and they saw a massive profit on it when it was eventually sold in 2018 for a whopping $34 million. The home came complete with tennis and badminton courts, pool, and all sorts of other little goodies. They also bought Rancho San Leandro in 2017 for $7.2 million before selling it a year later to the guy who founded hit dating app Tinder, Sean Rad. He shelled out $11 million for it, netting the couple a tidy $3.8 million profit. The fourth profit they bought in the Montecito area was purchased in 2019 for $27 million. Just a year later, they sold up for $33.3 million, which just shows you that Ellen and Portia know how the value of a good investment property when they see one. Their Beverly Hills properties are up next. Stick around. The comedian and her significant other splashed the cash on a $29 million compound in 2008, their most significant purchase up to this point. The Golden Globe winner sold the compound a few years later to none other than Ryan Seacrest for a profit of $8 million, selling up for $37 million. The home featured a pool, floor-to-ceiling windows, a ton of living space, and top-of-the-range kitchen facilities. This wasn't the only Beverly Hills home the couple have had in their portfolio down the years. They once owned a villa in the most well-known neighborhood in America, which was purchased for $16 million in 2014. This one saw one of the couple's biggest profits, profits after they sold it for a massive $35 million in 2017. Where would you like to live if you could choose? The next property they owned in Beverly Hills was a John Elgin Wolfe mansion, which the pair bought for $15 million in 2018. This one didn't really net the couple the sort of profit they were used to, selling it less than a year later for just a $500,000 profit. It says something about how successful they've been when they're disappointed about a profit of more than $500,000. Some more Montecito up now. Nowadays, the couple are rocking pads, which are costing significantly more than their younger days. Their current abode, which is rather unsurprisingly in Montecito, was purchased in September of 2020 for a massive $49 million. The couple also lives in the same cul-de-sac as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who have now given up living off the fruits of the British taxpayer out in California, if you weren't aware. The mansion features everything you would expect in the modern house, and we're not sure if the couple have decided to make this one their full-time future residence. Also on the list is another Montecito residence the couple bought last year. Last September, they paid $12 million for another house in the swanky area, but they've now listed the house for sale for a price of $13.9 million. Not bad. Will you be bidding for this one? These are just a few of Ellen's most impressive flips, and you can find some of her properties for sale online right now. Some more Ellen news now, starting in Rwanda. Back in 2018, Ellen's other half, Portia, gifted her famous talk show host wife a section of a gorilla sanctuary over in Rwanda, Africa, called Fossey's Gorilla Fund, named after gorilla champion Dian Fossey. And this week, it was declared open. Finally, the sanctuary is dedicated to the protection of gorillas, and Ellen even commented on the grand opening saying, "To see my name alongside hers on the walls of this beautiful campus, and to know I'm doing my part to protect endangered gorillas and continue Diane's legacy is simply amazing." The idea is to stop the poaching and deforestation, which puts most beautiful creatures at risk, and Ellen's sanctuary covers several acres of land in the small East African nation. Rwanda experienced a terrible civil war and genocide back in the 90s, and people turned to the poaching of these beautiful animals in order to keep their heads above water. So the opening of this sanctuary is a wonderful step forward for the nation and its people. The sanctuary even has gorilla customized furniture so the primates can relax in their new home. News of Ellen saying goodbye to another show this year now. Stick around. Back in mid-January, it was confirmed that Ellen's show, Ellen's Game of Games, was getting the axe. The show has so far run for 4 seasons, and it was unfortunately confirmed that there would not be a 5th. The show is based on the Ellen DeGeneres show and sees contestants go head-to-head in a series of games. With the help of Ellen herself and her sidekick, Steven, Twitch Boss, the contestants have the chance to win $100,000 on every episode. And this news comes less than 12 months after it was confirmed the fabled Ellen show was getting the axe after concerns over workplace toxicity. The claims came after 10 former employees complained about the atmosphere in the workspace, and one former employee went on to say, "People focus on rumors about how Ellen is mean and everything like that, but that's not the problem. The issue is these 3 executive producers running the show who are in charge of all these people and who make the culture and are putting out this feeling of bullying and being mean." Crazy. Ellen countered these claims and said that was not actually the reason why the show was ending, saying, "If it was why I was quitting, I would have not come back this year. I really did think about not coming back because I did, it was devastating. I am a kind person. I am a person who likes to make people happy." What do you make of both Ellen's shows going off the air within the past year? Let us know down below. As always, thanks for tuning in today, and remember to stop by next time for some more fun and games. Also, why not share our video today with any Ellen fans you might know of? Bye, guys.